What if you outlived your money by a decade or more, watching your nest egg dwindle away while everyday bills keep stacking up relentlessly? That's the chilling reality staring down folks like you, at 61, with 750 grand tucked away in retirement savings, and just 2 short years until you step away from the daily grind. But don't panic just yet. There's a path to stretch that cash further than you might imagine, turning those sleepless nights into confident strides toward a secure future. Let's unpack this step by step, drawing from real stories and fresh insights that could change how you see your golden years. Start by sizing up where you stand against the broader landscape. Recent data paints a mixed picture. The median retirement savings for American households hovers around $195,000, with about 2/3 even having accounts at all. For those in their 60s, the average 401k balance sits at roughly $239,000, though overall retirement savings average closer to $491,000 when including IRAs and other pots. Your 750k? That's comfortably above the norm, outpacing the typical boomer's setup. Yet dig deeper, and the unease creeps in. Guidelines from places like Fidelity push for 8 times your salary by age 60. If you're earning $120k annually, that ideal jumps to nearly $1 million, highlighting how even solid savings can feel precarious amid rising costs. Online forums buzz with tales of retirees who thought they were set, only to face unexpected hits. One story circulating on social media describes a 65-year-old engineer whose portfolio looked golden until market dips and medical surprises eroded it faster than anticipated. It's a reminder that averages hide the wealth divide, where medians lag far behind, leaving many feeling the squeeze. Longevity adds another layer of intrigue to this puzzle. Current U.S. life expectancy stands at about 78.4 years overall, with men around 75.8 and women pushing 81.1. But projections suggest a slow climb to 80.4 by 2050, influenced by ongoing health challenges like post-pandemic effects and lifestyle factors. If your family history echoes your mother's journey to 96, that's no outlier. Modern medicine and genetics are extending timelines, but not without financial strings attached. Recent reports speculate that environmental shifts and healthcare access could stall gains further, with some online discussions claiming urban pollution might shave years off for city dwellers. Picture this: planning for a cozy 20-year retirement, only to confront 30 or more, where inflation nibbles away at purchasing power. Stories abound of folks in their 80s dipping into principal earlier than expected, like a viral post from a 70-something who shared how her father's overlooked heart condition turned a comfortable nest egg into a scramble for basics. It's these personal twists that make longevity a wild card, urging a buffer for the unknown. Enter the 4% rule, that classic benchmark where you withdraw 4% of your savings in year 1, about $30,000 from 750k, or roughly $2,500 monthly, and adjust for inflation thereafter. But here's where debates heat up in 2025. Its creator, Bill Bengen, recently bumped his safe rate to 4.7% or even 5% for diversified portfolios, arguing past data underestimated resilience. Critics counter that with today's volatility, think lingering inflation at 3% or more and bond yields still recovering, sticking to 4% risks depletion in rough markets. Some experts advocate dropping to 2 or 3% for ultra safety, especially if half your assets are in stocks prone to swings. Online buzz amplifies this, with rumors suggesting the rule fails modern retirees amid global uncertainties. One financial thread claims up to half of households could outlive their funds using it blindly. Imagine applying this to your setup. At 4%, paired with modest spending, it might carry you to 90, but a market crash like 2008's could have returns overnight, as one retiree's shared nightmare recounted losing 40% and scrambling to rebound. Social Security emerges as a crucial ally in this mix, with the average monthly benefit clocking in at about $2,008 as of August 2025, a slight uptick from earlier in the year. For someone like you, delaying claims until 70 could amplify that by 24%, transforming a standard payout into a robust $2,500 or more monthly, depending on your earnings history. Yet, whispers of trouble loom. Reports project the main trust fund depleting by 2033 or 2034, potentially triggering 20% cuts unless Congress intervenes. Online speculations run wild, with some claiming political gridlock could accelerate this to 2032 due to recent budget tweaks, leaving beneficiaries in limbo. Frame it this way. Blending average benefits with your savings might cover your $60K annual target, yielding around $24K from SS and the balance from withdrawals. But real-life anecdotes highlight pitfalls. One popular post detailed a widow whose delayed claim backfired when health issues forced early retirement, underscoring the need to weigh personal health against max payouts. Retirement spending unveils its own set of hidden traps, with averages around $5K monthly or $60K yearly aligning with your goals, but healthcare alone demands scrutiny. Fidelity's latest estimate pegs a 65-year-old retiring in 2025 at $172,500 in lifetime medical costs, not including long-term care, which could tack on another $100K or more for in-home help. Speculation swirls that rising drug prices and uncovered services might push this higher, with online stories of couples blindsided by $315K in out-of-pocket expenses. Early years often see splurges on travel or hobbies, only for later health declines to spike needs. One heartfelt share from a 49-year-old lamented starting from zero savings, fearing similar shocks. To counter, reevaluate. Could downsizing hobbies or relocating to a lower-cost area shave 10–20% off? It's about smart trims, like auditing subscriptions or energy use without sacrificing joy. Yet many overlook how inflation erodes fixed budgets, turning a comfortable plan into a tightrope walk. Your home equity? That's often an untapped treasure, but unlocking it stirs mixed emotions. Owning outright avoids rent, yet maintenance and modifications for aging, like installing ramps or stair lifts, can easily hit $50K, as recent estimates suggest. Selling could release hundreds of thousands for reinvestment or relocation to a senior-friendly spot, but the wrench of leaving memories behind is real. Reverse mortgages get hyped as alternatives, allowing equity access without moving or monthly payments. Pros include tax-free funds for expenses, potentially easing cash flow. However, cons bite hard: high upfront fees, accruing interest that grows the loan balance, and reduced inheritance for heirs. 2025 discussions speculate tighter regulations might curb abuses, but stories circulate of borrowers regretting the equity erosion, like one family who shared how their parents' home value vanished to fees. It's a tool for some, a trap for others, perhaps best as a last resort, framed by expert advice to avoid surprises. When funds truly thin out, the safety nets reveal themselves, though they're far from glamorous. If income dips low enough, below about $15K annually, you might qualify for supplemental security income, maxing at $967 monthly for individuals in 2025, atop regular SS. Medicaid steps in for healthcare gaps, covering nursing or basics, but eligibility hinges on assets under $2K. In dire straits like debilitating conditions preventing self-care, becoming a state ward means officials handle decisions, ensuring needs are met but stripping autonomy. Online tales paint vivid pictures. A post from a 70-year-old described isolation after funds ran dry, relying on state aid that felt dehumanizing. Rumors suggest program strains from an aging population could limit access, emphasizing prevention over cure, yet these options exist as backstops, not ideals. Armoring your plan demands proactive moves now. Consider delaying retirement by a year or two, not just for extra savings, but to boost SS by 8% annually past full retirement age. Diversify. Funnel into Roth IRAs for tax-free growth or annuities for guaranteed income, despite critics labeling them fee-heavy. Annual check-ins with calculators factoring 3% inflation are key, and side gigs, like consulting in your field, keep inflows steady without the 9 to 5. Personal stories inspire. One ex-user at 39 shared zero savings amid bill overload, vowing to start small. Another, post-divorce, rebuilt through real estate. Explore hedges like gold or real estate. As Buzz suggests, they're gaining traction against volatility, though not without risks. In the end, your 750K forms a sturdy foundation, but weaving in longevity buffers, rule tweaks, and safety nets crafts true resilience. What if a single shift, like optimizing SS or trimming one expense, unlocks years of worry-free living? Run your personalized numbers today. It might unveil possibilities you never saw coming, sparking that urge to revisit and refine. Share below. What's your biggest retirement fear, and how are you tackling it?